energy to somebody that you used to connect with. And so this is a new cycle. It's just a different face. It's a different lesson. Like I said in the beginning, some of us need to experience heavier energy in order to make the changes towards our preferred timeline. So I'm seeing this for that, but we don't have to. We can recognize it for what it is. And sometimes it's hard because of the emotions, that we feel. But we can recognize it for what it is and just divert our attention away from it and dive deeper into other lessons that we're ready for that feel more positive. And I'm feeling that for you. Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to yet another pick a card reading here on the channel. And if you're new, hi, my name is Adi and I will be your tarot reader today. Hi. Okay, so today's reading is going to be all about timelines and how to get you to your preferred one. Your preferred timeline is the timeline where everything happens smoothly. Things that you want to experience are happening. And so we're going to tap in something that I specialize in with my clients. It's very easily for me to tap into timelines and see what's going on and what decisions you need to make in order to get onto your preferred timeline where things are running smoothly for you. So usually there's infinite timelines that we can tap into. We're constantly creating timelines. There are infinite timelines that are congruent to the one that you are currently operating on in this lifetime. But there's usually 2 to 3, sometimes even 5 timelines that we're jumping in between. And so we're not going to directly jump into your preferred timeline. Some of you might. It just depends. It's a general reading, but this is to help you get closer, okay, to that timeline. So we're gonna look into the timelines that are similar in frequency to the one that you're currently on and that are the one that is closest to your preferred timeline. Okay, we get meta today and I'm excited about it. I have been just like really doing a lot of love and romance readings here on YouTube, which is really super popular. Everybody wants to know what's going on in the love life, right? But I love getting meta and deep. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so if you're interested, stay tuned. But before we get into our card selection, I do want to mention my new products that are in the shop this Aries season. We're doing a whole Aries box. We created a couple products that will help you tap into that Aries energy and help you this season, or in any season of Aries. We're going to try to get out, not try, but we going to do it. We're going to have all 12 zodiac boxes and we're just moving along as the year progresses and they'll come out each month. So next month we'll be dropping a Taurus box as well. Okay, so I don't know when this video is going to be out. It's definitely going to be out in Aries season for sure. But if you are watching this, go and check out the shop. If you are watching this in a later month that is not Aries season, go check out the shop and see what zodiac products are in. With that being said, I'm going to put a picture up here just to kind of show you guys the new products that are here. And this is a close-up in person. This is the Aries candle, you guys. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for years. So we have a candle for Aries season. We also have a bath that is charged with Aries energy. We named it It's Feeling Like a Me Season. Okay. We also came out with an Aries oil. So you can use this all year round. These are great. The box is great to gift a friend that is who is an Aries. during their birthday or any time of the year, really. And it's just a great box to pick up if you want to connect to that Aries energy. We also created a Mars oil, and as we move along, we'll be creating all of our planetary oils as well in shops. So go and check them out, you guys. Okay, I'm really excited about this, and I'm really excited for the Taurus box as well. It's going to come out next month or next season. Near the 20th of April, because I'm a Taurus moon, so I'm excited about that. But my Mars is in Aries, so I'm really excited about these products as well. I want to smell the oil. Hold up. Oh my god, it smells amazing. My sister scented these. Okay. So yeah, check out the Aries products, you guys. Check out, they're all individually sold as well. You don't have to get the whole box, but they are. Oh, and it also comes with an Aries incense. I don't have them up here with me because I have to make more of it, but it also comes with an incense that I believe smells like the oil. Yeah. Oh my god, it smells so good. What does the Mars oil smells like? My sister made the oils this time. That smells good too. I'm about to put this on. I'm about to put the Aries oil on right now. But yeah, you guys, these are the products that we're going to be choosing from. So let's get into our card selection. And real quick, before I slide on in, you guys only have one Instagram. It's linked down below. The shop only has one Instagram, also linked down below. You can only book readings with me. I will never. There's a bunch of scammy people in my comments talking about some doctor. I don't know who the doctor is. I don't recommend anything. I haven't recommended anything. No doctor to anybody. Okay? But yeah, I won't reach out into comments or get into your DMs on Instagram. You know, trying to get readings. You guys, there is so... honestly, I think it's Instagram. I honestly think it's Instagram doing this, because there is like 2 pages that are impersonating me out there. And so many people have reported, oh my god, it smells so good. This Aries oil, you guys. So many people have reported this Instagram. And I am surprised that it hasn't been taken down already. I'm convinced. Okay. I honestly think that they're just trying to push people out, the spiritual people out. They're trying to make us not, credible. They really are trying. They are trying, But anyways, yeah, you guys, you can only book with me through my website. So just keep that in mind. Is that it? Just everything is linked down below, you guys. Go check out my stuff. I have a OnlyFans. I'm also working on a Patreon, okay, for exclusive content where I can share spell work, ritual work, just share with you guys some of my practice and tips, and just exclusive content on those kind of topics, as well as just sharing my philosophy on metaphysics and spirituality and witchcraft. So if you're interested, stay tuned. That will be dropping, and it also will be a place where I'm going to have yoga classes as well, okay, or yoga magic classes, I want to say, or ceremonies. Yoga magic ceremonies, I like that better. I'll be sharing a lot of my yoga magic there as well. So stay tuned for that. I have an OnlyFans if you are into spicy content. I don't get too spicy, but it's pretty spicy. Nudie baby, cute, stuff. So if you're interested in that, go and check that out. Check out the shop. It's linked down below. Okay, so let's get into the card selection. Sorry, I feel like I'm super chatty. All right, so here's a picture right now of the products and the reading selection. So reading number 1, we have an Aries candle. This is the new Aries candle, you guys. It's so amazing. Oh, it's so beautiful. So you would light this on your birthday if you're an Aries. You can light this on a full moon, new moon in Aries. You can light this just to tap into more of that Aries energy. And of course, you can burn this for the Aries season. Add it into any spell that you want to amplify the Aries energy. Okay. Reading number 2, we have an Aries oil. You would anoint yourself during Aries season, on the moon, on the full moon, new moons. you know, all that jazz. If you are an Aries and want to just tap more into your sun energy or any placement, like I said, my Mars is in Aries. So I'll definitely be using this whenever I'm trying to get to work and put in that work. Okay. I needed it in Pisces season, you guys. It was crazy for me. I literally had to check out. I had to check out of social media and take my little break. But yeah, I really feel like these Aries products, especially the bath I've used, has really helped me just come out of that hermit energy that I was in Pisces season. Okay, so reading number 3, we have the bath. It's feeling like a me season. This is a bath for self-empowerment, courage, new beginnings. It's a great bath to take if you're trying to amplify your willpower, your courage, any type of manifestations that you're trying to work on. It's a great bath to help you spring forward. That's probably why I'm feeling that way, and release the past. Okay. In our 4th reading, we have a Mars oil. So, of course, this is just to tap more into that Mars energy. This is great to use during any type of Mars retrograde or any kind of, Mars energy. But let's move along. Go ahead and pick your product that is resonating with your energy currently right now, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, reading number 1. I'm going to be probably messing with my top all reading. Just letting you guys know. The boobies are trying to come out. Okay. So, you guys are the ones that have picked this candle. Okay? Let's see what this candle is telling me about your current energy. We're going to tap into your current energy. So, this reading is probably going to really kind of tell you what to do. We're going to tap into the energy that you're currently in right now, what predicament that you're in, and see what timelines are available to you. 3 timelines, the most closest timelines to you that resonate and that are similar frequency, but it could be a lower frequency or a higher frequency. We're trying to really concentrate on the higher frequency, the higher vibrational. Okay, Spirit's telling me something different. It doesn't really matter about lower or higher frequency, because some of you guys have to experience, which this is probably you, pile number 1, you might have to experience some lower vibrations in order to get closer to your preferred timeline. That means there's lessons ahead, but we'll see. That might just be something Spirit is trying to tell me. But we're going to tap into your current energy. You do have a problem with self-trust. This is going to be a popular pile. I'm being told, because you guys are really having a hard time figuring out what to do. So we're going to tap into your current energy, and then we'll tap into the timelines that are available to you and see what will happen in those timelines. Okay? Let's see here. Big energy. Do I keep it? Okay. You guys get 4. You guys have been very stagnant. Let's just say that. You're kind of scared of growth is what I'm feeling right now looking at these cards. Some of you guys are mothers and caretakers or fathers. But I'm getting a real like single mother, single father, freshly single energy if that's your story. But if not, some of you guys are just really scared of this new energy that you're in right now. It's almost like you guys are very conditioned to things not working out. And what I'm picking up is that this is like you are feeling growth energy approaching you. And it's trickling in. You're now just experiencing it, and it's kind of frightening. Because I feel like you guys are conditioned with the change that has previously happened in your life where it wasn't so good. And so no matter what the change is, we usually feel it. You guys are like, you do this very well. I'm being told that you guys feel the energy before it comes in. You feel something like new energy about to approach. And instead of going deeper into that feeling, you guys just get stuck on like, oh my God, something's about to happen. And you, because of the energy that you've experienced hasn't been so pleasant, or you've experienced energy that was difficult, you tend to just get scared the moment that you feel new energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. I feel like there's a new beginning approaching for you, and you're just kind of like, and this is something that's gonna happen with this Judgment card here. And so I feel like you're not even really paying attention to the options that are available to you, which are timelines. So we're going to get into that. That's all that's really coming up. I feel like there's this new beginning coming, and it's a good one. But you're frightened. There's an energy, and then because you're frightened, I feel like you've been in the same place for a while, even if you are freshly new, freshly single. You've been in an energy that for a while without any kind of movement. And what Spirit is telling me that, yeah, you're in the place that you need to be. So it's not about beating yourself up, like, why haven't I done anything? Why haven't I started this? Why haven't I moved? Why am I not out here yet making decisions and showing myself? It's okay. You're where you're supposed to be is what I'm really being told here. Okay, so let's tap into the timelines that are available to number one. The thing is, that's the thing. You have to trust everything that you've done has led you to this moment in life. And you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Okay, and the energy that you're feeling that is making you a bit anxious and making you feel like you need to move, it's not bad. It's going to be a good energy here. Okay. Even if you are freshly single and you have people to take care of, things are going to be good. Some of you guys might, okay, hold on. Let me read the energy. I want to read the energy. And I'm going to pull the other ones too. In this reading, I am using the Before Tarot, the Starman Tarot, and the Star Power Tarot. And I'm also, what's this deck called? Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle, just for those that want to know. Okay, so let's see what these timelines will unfold. See, it's like really good energy for a lot of them. Okay. Let's look at the decisions. Okay, let me look at it. Some of you guys are either talking to people, talking to a specific person. I'm going to tell you that's not the timeline that you want to be on. And that might be hard to accept because of the feelings with that option. Okay. This is either a friend. This could be a lover. I'm getting really big lover kind of energy, love interest, dating. This could be even a relationship that you are currently in, the people that are not single, but you're going to be single the more that you put energy into that relationship. I could tell you about that timeline. Okay, so that is a choice. That's a big choice, a big pivotal energy port, that relationship, that connection. And we're going to dive into that, but putting more energy into that will lead to you being alone. Okay? Being alone. So it's either not going to fulfill what you are looking for in a relationship, in a connection, in a friendship, or this is already on its way out. Okay? And just lingering there in that relationship instead of just choosing that choice, which I see here in this next option. Staying in this timeline and putting more energy into it and diving deeper into the emotions, I'm really feeling like the advice for this choice is to pull away from this timeline, to pull away from this connection. Because the more deeper, this seems like this is a karmic, I want to just use that word because that's popular with this type of energy that I'm feeling, that wording, karmic. It's like a false twin kind of energy that I'm feeling, but this is definitely someone that is a soulmate, but somebody that will teach you something that is not like, it's going to teach you the heavier lessons, not the higher vibrational lessons. But I feel like this is a cycle for you. I feel like a lot of you guys that are in this current relationship, it's a cycle that you've been on, even if this person, even if you haven't been in this relationship or this connection for a while, this person that's showing up, they show similar energy to somebody that you used to connect with. And so this is a new cycle. It's just a different face. It's a different lesson. Like I said in the beginning, some of us need to experience heavier energy in order to make the changes towards our preferred timeline. So I'm seeing this for that, but we don't have to. We can recognize it for what it is. And sometimes it's hard because of the emotions, that we feel. But we can recognize it for what it is and just divert our attention away from it and dive deeper into other lessons that we're ready for that feel more positive. And I'm feeling that for you. But some of you guys will have a difficult time and will need to be pushed into isolation before starting a new chapter. That is what we see here. So some of you guys will lean towards this, but I will let you know that it will lead you into an isolation period for yourself, okay, where you're going to spend a lot of time alone. You will break up with this person will disappoint you in some type of way, and you will be pushed into isolation away from this, but it will be kind of a heavier energy where you have to go in and reflect. Ooh. Okay. I mentioned that you guys have some self-trust issues. So this group, trust what you're feeling about this connection, whether you've been in it for years or it's just a new connection that's coming in. This connection, if it's a new connection that's coming in and it feels sweet and intoxicating and there's a lot of emotion and it's going fast, I'm feeling it. If you pause for a moment and analyze this situation, this person that is linked to a timeline that will unfold for you, you'll see that it feels similar in ways of things that you've already experienced in other connections and relationships. Okay, so let's move on to the next timeline. So you can choose that, but you will kind of be back to where you are currently right now. I feel like a lot of you guys have went through a hermit kind of energy. You've went through a reflection period of this lesson. Okay. And it's time to kind of accept new energy in. And even if this seems like something new that's starting, if you look at it, it's not new. It's something that you've already experienced. It might be a new face, but it's not new. Okay. So let's see. Let's look at the other timeline here that's available to you, which these last two options are gonna, okay. This involves career or some type of project. We have the Starman, which this is the Magician. Okay, so this is more about focusing on what you truly want to experience. I think love can be, I feel like you can dive into a relationship. You could put a lot of your energy into a relationship or a connection or a friendship, okay? Or you can put energy into yourself in the form of career or projects, or even a hobby. I think there's a lot of hermit energy that I'm feeling here, just because the hermit's here, the 9 of Wands is here, and we also have the Hanged Man here on a separate timeline. This is more of like, you're going to feel like you're a hermit because you're so used to connecting with people and putting your energy into relationships and connections. But this timeline, this option to choose where you're focusing on kind of like yourself, so that's why it feels hermit-ish. But you're also focusing on just like creating and manifesting things that don't really involve a relationship or connections or friendships. You're kind of focusing on your entrepreneurial goals, your school, your body, your goals, like your goals that just involve yourself. You're pulling away from others, not saying that you can't go out and connect with friends, but you're just putting a lot of your energy into things that you haven't focused on a lot, even if that's like, you know what, I've always wanted to knit, and so I'm going to just focus on knitting. You know, I have a book list that I want to complete. I'm like using all of my shit. Like, I have a book list that I want to complete, so I'm going to like focus on these books, you know, or even if it's like little things like that. Or I've always wanted to start a business, so I'm going to start diving in. I've always wanted to take a pottery class, so I'm going to go and do that. Like, it's energy like that that involves yourself. I feel like this will put you in a more like fun, hermitish mode where you're still reflecting things. You're still learning those deeper lessons that you need to learn before having the I want to say like your preferred career, your preferred relationship, your preferred self. There's a process that you have to go through. You can go through it by putting a lot of your energy into a relationship, or you could do it, which will be more pleasant feeling. That's what I'm getting with this 9. It's like this person, she's sitting here working on something, but do you see the pictures behind her? I feel like during the process of working on yourself, you're going to go through a major transformation. We have the Death here. Major transformation. It's almost like you're reinventing yourself by focusing on things, you know, and it's like you're preparing yourself. And during that process, you're also going through a deep reflection. It is a timeline where you're protecting yourself more. And you need that. You need a reflection period in order to walk into this new growth energy that we were talking about in the beginning of this reading. Okay, so let's look at the other timeline. I would definitely say, like, if it was me, okay, I would definitely pick this middle one. And possibly, hold on. Okay, it's kind of similar. This one is more goal-oriented. This timeline is like a break. This is kind of indulging. Okay, so let me see. So we have the Hanged Man. This timeline of choosing is saying, you know what, I'm not going to really choose anything. I think I'm just going to take a mental break and dive into indulgence. Okay, that can be I don't really see it as like goal-oriented. I see it as maybe going out with friends and just doing fun things. We have the 9 of Cups here. So I'm seeing like a lot of things that don't give personal growth, but it's like a distraction. It's an indulgence. You're binging movies, you're binging TV shows. You could be going out with friends. You could be going out and partying. There's no real focus on, it's just pleasure. I see you focusing on pleasure. I feel like a lot of you guys have, and this could be another good option for you guys. At the end of this phase of indulgement, you are going to be kind of like closed off. I think a lot of you guys are wanting to step into a preferred career, a preferred relationship after this period of reflection. I don't see with this timeline, even though we have the Hanged Man, it's almost like you're putting that reflection on hold when you're just choosing not to really, focus on a relationship or a focus. It's like, I'm not going to focus on me because that's just like, it stresses me out because I don't know what to do. Okay. I'm not going to focus on a relationship because that's painful and it's just a lot. And it's like almost like, I feel like you guys, this is your current energy where you're just kind of like at your mental capacity, but I feel like it's because of this relationship or this connection that you're kind of focused on, whether even if it's like you don't have anybody new and you're just single, you're kind of refusing to kind of analyze what went on in that relationship, in your past relationship. And so I feel like with this timeline, you're just indulging in pleasures, and sometimes that is needed. Sometimes you just need a break to not take everything so seriously. But I do feel like this will put you back. You'll be closed off and you would have to kind of like, you'll be back at square one. Okay. Instead of this middle timeline, this second timeline that I talked about, you're kind of doing the reflection while you're working on yourself. I see someone like working out, and while you're working out and going to the gym, you're like having all these realizations about self. I see when you are like, let's say like you've always wanted to start painting. You haven't painted in years. And so you're picking up that hobby. It's like, you know, it could be a pleasure hobby, you know, but this is something that you've always wanted to like put energy in for yourself. And so you're doing this and you're having all these realizations about your childhood and why it made you make the decisions towards career and towards love. And so you're having all these realizations when you're focusing on things that you've always wanted to do for yourself. You're not just aimlessly focusing on going out and just having fun and, you know, just not really caring. Sometimes we need that. I've been in that vibe where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to focus on anything right now, but I need to indulge. But some of that can push you back, and then you're just back to square one where you have to do the work. So you could, and I think that's why 4 cards came out for you guys. You could teeter and totter, you know, between these two timelines where you are focusing on some goals and sometimes you just indulge a little bit and see what happens. But I think we want to drop this relationship. We can really say that. Let's get into our oracle to see what will help. Okay. So we have this. It says, what is this? Raindrops. Take a chance on them. Okay. This is going to mean different. This is going to mean different for both of you, for, I want to say two groups that I'm talking to here. Okay. Some of you guys need to experience this lesson again, putting your energy into this relationship, because there's things that you can understand about yourself and about love and about connections and about friendships. So taking a chance on them will lead you to understanding those kind of things. Now, the other group, taking a chance on them means taking a chance on you. Some of you guys have made love the main focus in your life. It's never been about you. So I feel like a lot of you guys need to choose you and take a chance on you and the things that you've always wanted, unless that's, not unless, but that could either be my goals or just like focusing on my pleasure, focusing on what makes me feel good at the moment. Some of us need that kind of energy to get back into it. But just know that if you're just going to focus on pleasure and just like going out and stuff, you're going to come to a point where you're realizing that, oh, I do want this career now, but I have so much heavy shit that I need to get through. You know, there's things that I need to unpack. You know, I'm done indulging, I'm done relaxing, but now I got to unpack. This other middle second timeline, you're taking a chance on you. You're focusing on like what's important to you. Love is not the only thing that's important to you. There's a career that you really want. There is a way of life that you really want. There is a lover that you are seeking that is out there, but it takes you unpacking a lot. Okay. And that can be enjoyable by focusing on the things that you've always wanted to accomplish. Okay. Put your energy on there. Take a chance on you. Okay. So let me know down below number one, what timeline do you choose? What are you ready to experience? Let me know how you feel about this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Hello, hello. Reading number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's check in to your timeline. Your timelines. Okay, so first we are going, you guys are the ones that picked this Aries energy, and I already felt it the moment I touched it. You guys are hot-headed. I know a few Aries, okay, in my life, and they are hot-headed. So there's a situation. I think that's current energy. We're going to tap in to the 3 energies timelines that are resonant with your energy right now. We're going to see how you can get to the closest timeline that leads to, let's just say, we're going to see what energy is best for you. Reading number 1 was interesting, but we're going to see what timeline is best for you. That's going to help you get to that preferred timeline that things are moving smoothly. Okay? And I should have said this in number 1, but a lot about choosing timelines is about intuition. Feeling it out, you know? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to tap into the energy that you're currently in just to see the predicament that you're in right now. Oh, yeah, someone's betrayed. Oh, somebody has betrayed you, or you feel it. It's like you sense it. You might not have like evidence, I'm hearing. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me just get this energy out. So this is your current energy. I'll show you. We have the Devil, 10 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. And I'll show you these cards. The cards that I'm using in these readings today are the Before Tarot, the Starman Tarot, David Bowie's deck, and the Star Power Tarot by Six Sad Girls. I'm also using Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. Okay? So I'm going to tap into the timelines now that are available for you. These are the options that you can choose. And then we're going to go a little bit deeper to see how choosing these options. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Choosing these options what will unfold. Okay. What's going to be best for you? Dang! What the? Okay, hold on. What the hell? Okay. Okay, so I'm getting... Okay, let me just put these cards. Let me see how these unfold. Just so I can read it. Yeah, okay. That's what I was feeling. Hold on. I'm getting the energy. I'm getting it. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull the oracle at the end. Okay. Okay, so the energy that you're in right now, I feel like I'm getting mixed energy with like workplace and love, okay? Or friendships, I'm hearing also, okay? So there is somebody that is betraying you in some type of way. A lot of you guys don't have the evidence, but you feel it, okay? This is someone that you are heavily attached to. What I'm also being told is that you're kind of refusing to see like what's in plain sight. Okay, you're refusing to see the evidence that is there, and that's because you are very heavily attached to this connection, this friend, this job, workplace with several people around you. Several people can see the betrayal. I'm also hearing. We have the 10 of Swords here. Do you see how he's like walking? This is the Before Tarot. He's walking. And I just feel like this person knows there's somebody in the bushes. You know what I mean? There's somebody in the bushes. There's many people in the bushes looking at him, ready to like attack. But also what I feel is like, do you see how the swords are? I feel like if you would just look and pay attention and be aware and kind of snap out of this person's control over you, you could kind of see that there's a huge gap and distance between you and this person. You feel it, and there are little bits and evidence. I'm just seeing like someone that's like really passive aggressive. Like I had this friend who because was kind of like, I don't want to even say that she was a frenemy, but there would like, she would do things that was just so confusing. Like I didn't understand why she would say some of the things and do the things that she did. And but the evidence was like there that she wasn't really fully for me, that there was something wrong. It wasn't like there was some type of jealousy. So that's what I'm feeling. Like there's like a jealousy, there's an insecurity with this person that makes them do the things that they do or that they have done. And it's leading up to like a big reveal, okay, that you feel. But the energy is already there if you would just look at it. Now let's look at the timelines that are available for you for this energy, okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, sorry, I was getting some energy. The download was coming in. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. This Queen of Pentacles, I want to say, if I can get it up, these nails. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. This is not necessarily a bad decision, but it will lead to like you feeling kind of disappointed and like a waste of energy. So this Queen of Pentacles kind of like just diverts her attention away from this situation. Doesn't really do much about it. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything. Just continues on with what's happening here, but maybe diverts her attention away from the situation, okay? Which can give her more of a positive feeling. So that's why I'm feeling like it's not such a bad decision to make, a timeline to take. But in result, this is going to leave you kind of like still feeling like you put energy into something that led to nowhere, and that you're going to end up walking away from this, okay? Disappointed. But there's some type of rejection here. I feel like this would be a decision for some of you that are not, because there's a confidence kind of issue here with you. You're scared to kind of stand up and take control over the situation. You're kind of scared to say what you really want to say to this person, okay? Or just be real. Just be 100% real with this person. There's a part of you that is scared about that. And so some of you guys would take this, which is not a bad decision, but you're still going to kind of feel like, I put so much energy into this, instead of just being real with the people, with this situation. You are going to be more empowered, okay, in this situation. So this person kind of allows this person to walk over them, okay, and allows things to kind of continue, and then eventually there's a departure, there's a pull away, and it's good. It's good that you pull away, but you are left feeling like you didn't take care of yourself, okay? That's what I'm feeling. Now there's another option that you can choose, which is this Queen of Wands. Come on. Okay. So we have this Queen of Wands here, which I love. This is the energy that I want you to embody. Okay, I feel like this is the best energy. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm getting energy from this other timeline. Yeah, you definitely want to choose this timeline. A lot of you guys, I want you to try to embody this energy, because you guys struggle with feeling confident, and you're hot-headed, but you suppress that energy. You don't tap into it. You're used to people controlling you, and this is why this person does this to you, okay? Or these people do this to you, or this workplace does this to you, because you have kind of accepted this treatment from them or from others, and this is something these type of people can notice or just know about you, and they take advantage, okay? But there's some type of a betrayal that's going to lead up to this, which will, if you stay in it and divert your attention, you'll feel like you overexerted yourself at one point. Now there's this energy where you can just see it for what it is. There's the evidence is there. You see those swords? If you would take a moment to kind of analyze how these people are, how this workplace is, how this particular person is towards you, you will see that the evidence is there, that this person is not really for you. They use you, okay? This Queen of Wands kind of stands up and allows that anger or that frustration. It can be exerted in a healthy way. It doesn't mean like an argument or something, but this is kind of standing in your power and being completely real with how this person is. They are not going to like it. It is going to end in betrayal, no matter how this ends up. All of these timelines end in an ending, a death, a betrayal of some sort. But it's really how you are left after the betrayal and taking control over you and your timeline. Okay? You can let things fall away, or we're going to get into this timeline, but this timeline is about standing in your power and keeping it 100% real and taking control and knowing that you are a creator, and in every moment you're creating yourself. So who do you want to be? You know what I mean? So this is choosing to be completely different with these people in the workplace, with this particular friend or people or friends, frenemies, okay, and being completely new. What I see for you is that instantly you are opening doors for real people and real opportunities that are aligned with more positive experience, let's say pleasurable experiences, friendships that really suit you, friends that are really committed to you, okay? This leads to a timeline that you are committed to yourself. You're committed to what you are wanting to experience over anything else. You're not really focused on how this person is going to perceive you. You're not really focused on how this person is going to feel. You're kind of just keeping it 100% real. And this means conversation. This means questioning, making someone face themselves and take responsibility. Okay? And in a way, you are taking responsibility for who you are allowing in your life, what you're allowing in your life. Okay? This is going to feel really new. You guys might be shaking while you're asking or confronting this situation, but in the end, it's going to lead you to a very beautiful self and more beautiful and more honest, true connections. Okay? Now, this other timeline, instead of diverting your attention or standing up for yourself, you allow this person, this is the devil here, you allow this connection, this person, this friendship, these friends, this workplace, co-workers, manager, to continue to control you in a very toxic way. It's almost like you become aware of it and you kind of accept that you're this person's doormat, and you are allowing this person to use you, or you're allowing this workplace to misuse you. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling, and it's not good. What I heard is that there's some type of missing out on money. So if this is a friend, this person will take money from you in some type of way. It's going to be different for all of you. This person is going to deceive you even more. I just see you going down like a hole. And if we look this, like I see you going down into like just getting sucked in to a black hole. This person is like an energy vampire. This situation, let's just say, because I'm feeling a lot of energy. I'm being reminded it's like friends, coworkers, workplace, boss, lover. There's a lot of things here. okay, that I'm feeling. But this person just continues to control you. You're not able to really feel the way that you want to feel. And it's almost like you just kind of get wrapped up and lost in this person, in this situation. And then it's like you wake up and I'm seeing someone like kind of wake up and they're missing out on money. They're in a life that they don't really want to be in. And they're regretting their past. Oh, this is the Five of Wands. I was getting a real big Five of Cups energy, like of regret. But there's a lot of conflict here. There's a lot of fights. There's like being in a situation full of drama and just getting sucked in. So if I was you, I would definitely pick one of the first two timelines, whichever you feel comfortable doing. And like I said, in number one, some of you guys have to deal with the uncomfortable, like have to go through I'm really pointing towards the first timeline that we talked about, where you're just diverting your attention, you're not really giving much of this, and then eventually it kind of like departs. Something happens and you depart from this. It still feels like a betrayal. It still feels like a waste of energy. Some of you guys need to have that kind of experience in order to get to your preferred timeline. There's a lesson there. But some of you guys, you've already learned the lesson and it's time to graduate. And that's the Queen of Wands energy that I want all of you guys to embody. Definitely not allow this to continue on the way that it needs to, that it's been going. Okay, so let's pull our oracle, because you're going to miss out on money. This person's going to steal from you. They're going to take advantage of your money situation. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see it first. Yeah, there's heavy protection that needs to be going on in this situation. Do you see how she's in a castle? Okay, she has a shield, she has a sword, and this says, Princess, you can be your own knight. So this makes me feel like whatever the situation is, the thing that you need to start doing now is protecting yourself. And we saw that in the first timeline, two timelines, where you're either just diverting your attention away, I'm not ready to like stand up and talk to this person, but I'm going to divert my attention away from this person. And it's still going to be painful. Okay, I'm giving you a heads up. But we don't want it to be super painful like the last timeline. Okay, because that will start to manifest like physically, I'm seeing in your life. Okay, so you can protect yourself that way, or you can protect yourself by like, hey, this is what I heard. This is what I've been noticing. What's up? Well, I'm going to decide to do this. And a lot of the decisions you got to like really stick to, because this person is very manipulative. And they kind of control your emotions. So they might act out in a way where you are forced back into this devil energy and they have you under your control. Okay, but a lot of you guys are really strong. The Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and even the Devil wouldn't even show up if you were not strong enough to take control of your timeline. So I want you to know that. Okay, we also have Potion. Remember to practice self-love. Okay, so a lot of this is about loving yourself more. You need to look at how you want your life to be and see that as an act of love. Choosing to protect yourself and move in a way and choose yourself first, then this person. This person might live a very chaotic life. They got a lot of drama going on in their life. And you might be a people pleaser and a healer, and you just want to be there for this person. But in the end, this person will take advantage of you. And I'm really feeling like this person or this situation, this workplace, it's not a stable kind of environment, So remember that choosing yourself, whether that is diverting your attention away from this person and situation or standing up, is an act of self-love. Okay, I'm also feeling the urge, like, get into your witchiness, get into your, I thought that was a tarot card in her hand. I feel like some of you guys need to tap into your intuition and pull some cards, or however you practice divination, but also just maybe creating teas for yourself, to help calm your anxiety and your emotions, and also just like even protection spells. I have a return. Do I have a return to sender candle? Okay, I have a block candle. I have a remove candle. Check out the shop if you need protection items. Okay, but yeah, that's what I'm feeling for you. Number 2, let me know what timeline you're going to choose. Please don't choose this last timeline, okay? Don't tell me I didn't warn you, okay? Because this person will take advantage of you in your situation, okay? Let me know which timeline you pick, and let me know how you like this reading, and if you guys would like more timeline readings, because I enjoy, this is very easy for me to tap into. But let me know down below, number 2, and I'll see you in the next reading. Peace. What is that song? I just had a song in my head and Spirit wants me to hold on to it. Okay, number 3. Hello, welcome to your reading. Let's see what timeline. I cannot think. Maybe the song will come to me. Okay, I'm not even going to try to sing. Let's see. Okay, because you guys are the ones that have picked. Is it More Money, More Problems? Maybe it's that one. It might be that song, More Money, because I'm hearing like Faith singing. Okay. You guys are the ones that have picked. It's feeling like a me season. Bath, ritual, self-empowerment, and courage. Ooh, this is about money. This is about money. Okay, so a lot of you guys are wanting to make money decisions, okay, concerning your timeline. That's what I'm feeling here. I think that's why I was hearing that song. More money, more problems. Okay, does she sing in that song? I think she does. Okay. So, I'm going to tap into your current energy that you're currently on. And then we're going to tap into at least 3 timelines to see what is available to you. What are these options that you're feeling and that you can tap into and start moving on? And then we'll see what will unfold within those timelines to see if there are good decisions. Okay? What is the best one that we can get to your preferred timeline? Okay, let's see your energy. Pile number 3. Okay. I feel like there's definitely like 2, I don't want to say 2 options, but there could be like 2 jobs, 2 careers, 2 business partners, 2 opportunities, something like that, that is being offered to you and it's coming in fast and you don't really know what to do. This is not really love related that I'm feeling. So if you are feeling more like in that energy, I would pick one of the other piles. But I'm really feeling like I'm not even going to try to go into love because that's not what I'm really feeling there. This is more about career, school, that type of energy that I'm feeling. Career, job, school kind of energy. There's a new beginning starting here that you're being approached with. So we're going to see about the timelines that are here, okay, for you to choose from. Okay. They don't even want me to say anything else. It's just like you're getting messages in, or you're getting an offer of some sort that's coming in. You are very valuable. I do want to say you're valuable. You're, even if this is like you're trying to decide what school to go to or what program to do or what major, I feel like your energy is going to be very valuable into whatever you choose. Okay, so let's see how these timelines unfold. And then we'll read all the energy. Okay. Oh, 3 cards came out for there. Okay. I already know. Let's see about this one though. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I crack myself up sometimes when the energy hits me. Okay, so let's articulate all of this energy. So like I said, you have like two kind of options here that you can choose from. Okay. There is a part of you that kind of wants to protect yourself in some type of way. So they want me to draw, they're drawing my attention to this other timeline here. Okay. Where you are, okay. All right. So this is more, but I don't like this timeline. Okay, listen. Okay. So a lot of you guys want to, some of you guys, the main energy is that you guys are kind of scared to make a decision. You're scared. You don't trust, or you're not confident in your ability, your value. Okay. You're not confident in what you have to offer. You haven't really, really sat back and looked at yourself and see what you bring to the table. Okay. So I feel like this is more, I'm feeling like people that have people that want to work with them, entrepreneurs, entrepreneur vibes, or there's two job offers that are being offered, and you're just not used to people coming at you and seeing you as valuable, so you might try to protect yourself and not choose at all. This is what this one timeline that I'm feeling. It's almost like, I'm hearing someone's like, oh, it'll come back around, like somebody else will come, and these options will always be available to me. Okay, so there's that energy, and I'm not gonna say that it won't come back around. This timeline, when you protect yourself, you kind of pull yourself away from your career life, and you kind of go into like indulging in other areas. This could be going out, drinking, hanging out with friends. So you're just kind of content with how things are right now. You don't kind of move on to the next chapter. The next chapter, the next level, career-wise, I will say, are being available to you right now. Okay, with two options here. This other option where you're not choosing something, you're just kind of choosing to just be content with where you are. You kind of lose yourself in like friends and social life and going out and dating. This kind of takes you into another area of your life of where you find love. Okay, but you're not working on career. It's almost like you kind of take a shift away from these other opportunities that will elevate your career life, your education, something like that. And in the process of protecting yourself and saying, you know what, I'm just not ready to make this decision, you're kind of scared of failure. You're scared of rejection. You're scared of failure more, though. And you choose not to choose, which is a choice. And that kind of takes you in another direction in life. And not to say that you can't pick up and put more energy into your career and in your school, but, choosing not to make a choice kind of leads you to like other areas, which I feel like is not about this reading. That's what I want to say. Love. I feel like you find connections, like best friends, a lot of friends come into your life. A lover, you go through relationships. It's like a whole process. It's not just like, oh, you find the love of your life by not choosing to focus on your career. You might go through a couple relationships and then you find them. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. If we're talking about love here, that timeline kind of gets cut off, and now we could talk about these two timelines here. What do I want to do? Oh, okay. So I feel like there is one option that you can choose, and this option, I want to say, puts you on a lane of fame of some sort, like becoming popular, things moving really fast, things catching air, something going viral. So this could be a business partner or like a sponsor. I'm getting that. I'm getting like you're choosing to work with these people. You're choosing to do this business partner, and because you involve yourself with them, you kind of like elevate. I feel like there's one option that if this is school related, because I'm being kind of like shown like school, this is something that involves communication and being out in the public. This goes really well for you. This kind of leads to a life. I'm seeing a really like long life. So the energy here is really big in all of these piles. I feel like choosing this kind of puts you on a platform, a pedestal, a stage, some kind of communication platform, and it takes off, and you have like, you know, moments of things going viral. And if this is school, I feel like this is along the kind of the same lines. You're studying something. It might be communications. It could be you're choosing to go in, I can even say like you're choosing to study music or art, acting, something like that. And it kind of puts you in the limelight, and it moves you into a place where you are able to, you're going to be connected to a lot of people. That's what I want to say. It connects you more to more people. But there is another option that requires more work. Let's just go teeter-totter between these two timelines that I'm feeling. So there's another timeline where you choose another option. I feel like this option is more about doing more work than just communicating something, okay? Here and there. This first timeline that I mentioned here with the fame, there's a lot. It's almost like you're doing something and it feels like less work because there's other people that are taking care of other things, okay, that you don't have to. This other timeline, you're doing a lot of work. You're doing it. This leads you to not as much exposure, but I'm not going to say that it doesn't lead you to riches, because we have the King of Pentacles here. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like if you're wanting fame, it's going to be a longer, that's what I want to say. Okay, that's what I want to say. If you're going towards, you know, working with someone like a business partner that's going to be sharing or giving you exposure, you're going to catch a lot of fame. You're going to catch a lot of like notice from the public, okay? We have the Six of Wands, just to show you guys what I'm here with this timeline is the Six of Wands versus the Eight of Pentacles, where you're doing a lot of work. But I'm feeling also with this Eight of Pentacles here, it's creative. You're enjoying the process of it. There's a and it's like a slower process of work, I want to say, that, you know, this option requires. It's like a slower process of work, but it's enjoyable. You're losing yourself in the work. And this also leads to you getting the money quicker. That's what I want to say. And this other one, it's like you're putting in work and there's like other people doing work for you and you're catching a lot of fame, but you don't reach, and it moves quickly, but the money is different. I want to say that the money is different. It's like when you reach this Magician card here, after, you know, going through levels of fame and exposure and communication, you finally reach this Magician. But it's like almost like this other timeline requires you to just instantly tap into that Magician energy already. I don't know. This is how it's coming out. And so this first timeline, you reach this Magician energy after all of this like kind of work and communication, you know, that doesn't really feel like a lot of work, but you're like just focusing on like getting the word out or something like that. And choosing this option or this person helps you do that, and it will get you to the money, you know, the money that you're wanting to inquire in life. But this other option seems like you're losing yourself. It does require more work, more time, but it's enjoyable for you. And this might be the harder option for you, I feel like. I feel like just because you guys don't have a lot of, like, I don't want to say self-confidence, but like it's like you don't see your value. I feel like once you lose yourself in your work, or this work with this person, or this option, you kind of transform into the magician, where your work speaks for itself. And so when you come out with it, it's like the money just starts rolling in instead of you working with all these other people. It's really a weird energy that it's hard for me. It's like a massive energy that I'm feeling, because I'm feeling school and jobs and entrepreneur moves and stuff. So it's going to be different for a lot of you guys. But this second option is like more enjoyable to me. It's more fun, even though it's like a slower process of work. Okay. It's almost like, it's like this is quantity and this is quality. So this 6 of Wands is that it's like quantity, you know, it's quantity. You're focused on the quantity of work, how much you can produce, how many sponsorships that you can get, or something like that. You know, how many things can I make? But there's not like true artistry until later on in the timeline, where you want, you know, instead with this 8 of Pentacles, you're focusing on the artistry, you're focusing on your talent, you're focusing on what makes you happy, what makes you feel alive in the work. And in the end process, when you're ready to like release whatever you're working on, or whatever you're working on, the money just comes in, like, you know. And I'm kind of being shown my business, like, okay, so even when I started Strange Haven, I'm an artist, so whatever I do, I put my art into, you know. But the energy that I was in when I started Strange Haven, even though I put a lot of work into that too, I felt like I was more focused on, what do I want to say? Getting something out there, even though I put a lot of time in those products too. And it was really hard for me to disconnect from that, in order to reinvent what I'm doing with Good Ritual. And so it's like I had to take time to kind of like, with both of those businesses, we put so much work into it, like behind the scenes. That's how me and my sister, I'm a Virgo sun, she's a Virgo rising. So we are very particular about our business, okay, and how it looks and what we put out into the world. So it always just takes so much time, but it's enjoyable time. Like when I sat down to create the first line of candles, which are these here, like when I sat down, I literally this was the hardest candle to design. But when we sat down and we designed our brand, it took time. Like I literally took 9 months of my time. It took me a year to build Strange Haven before coming out into the world, you know. And even things that we're working on right now, we've been working on since we discussed Good Ritual, you know. So it's like there's this energy of like coming out and just doing something really fast, like what I did. Like it did take time to do Strange Haven, but it was like a faster, and I was like more focused on trying to get my, get the word out. And I don't know, it was some kind of energy like that I'm feeling for you guys. But instead of just like, you know what, I'm going to take this option where I'm putting more work, I'm getting lost in the work. I'm really like, because with the 8 of Pentacles, this person is more focused not on fame, but just on their masterpiece, and I really felt like that's the energy that I had going into Good Ritual. I was just like, I'm not really feeling these Strange Haven candles anymore. Like it is too hard to create product, because of the design that I chose, and I'm just not connecting to it. And I really want to connect to people. I want to make products that connect with them, that will really help them, and that it can help a more wide range of people than Strange Haven. And it's not about being like this cool thing, it's about the quality of product. I really started focusing on the quality of my product for people, and what it was going to be for them, You know, what that kind of quality would be for them. You know, is it just going to be focused on just like, oh, cool witchy things, or I'm a real person. Okay, I'm like, I'm not really about the trends. You know I can seem trendy, but I'm not. I don't focus on the trends. And so when I went for, and in the witchy community, it can get real trendy, you know, and I wanted to really give a product that was like quality, okay, that it was really going to help people in their magical practice, in their spiritual practice. If they're, you know, so coming up with these sigils, I really sat down and really tried to connect to the symbolism and the color and the artistry and take my time. It was not like what I did with Strange Haven. It was a whole different process. And so I feel like, yeah, you could just focus on the quantity or a certain vibe of something, or you can really focus on the quality of work. And in the process, you're going to build or see your value. You're going to step back and be like, damn, okay, like, who is this person? You know? And so, and then the money is going to come in a lot quicker instead of just like putting out whatever or getting with people that it's more about just getting the word around and being trendy. It's something like that. Okay. That's the type of energy that I'm feeling for you. Very interesting energy. Let's see. I would definitely pick this middle pile where you're focusing on your mastering your craft. Okay. Whatever lights you up. Focus on the option. Damn, 3 cards came out for you guys. Focus on the option that feels better, you know, like that makes sense to you. It's not about being trendy. It's not about choosing what everybody thinks that you should be like, okay, and that you should do. So I feel like you guys are going through a big change. A lot of you guys are going through a big change entrepreneur-wise, just because I brought up my business and like my change and everything. It was really hard for me to let go of Strange Haven because of all the energy that I put into it. But you have to be honest with yourself. So some of you guys want to reinvent your business. You kind of want to switch lanes. You want to like just change things up. You want to change a different major. You want to like, you know, do things different. And you just have to be really honest with yourself with what you're doing in the world, even if it's popular at the moment. Is it really aligned with yourself? This is the flower. Okay. And it says to be honest with yourself. So the flower is about blooming. And I'm telling you, me and my sister look at our Good Ritual products and we're like, dang, it was the best decision to reinvent our business and to rebrand everything and just create a whole different like business. You know, it was such a good decision, you know, like money wise, you know, and just selling more products and helping more people, you know, like people that have had really serious physical illnesses have like bought my products, and I just feel so honored that I could help people like that, you know. But I know it's because I am putting in the work. I'm not really just focusing on what's trendy, you know. And in the witchy community, when I made my candles, you know. So I just feel like you got to be honest, like, will you really enjoy that option? Are you really enjoying what you're doing right now? Do you really believe in what you do? Are you able to continue to create and grow and continue to bloom? Because I feel like Strange Haven was not really allowing me to bloom. Okay. Now there's forgive. So I feel like you kind of have to forgive yourself for not making the right choices that have led you here, where you feel like there's another option that's on the table, but I don't know if I really want to choose that, you know? So you might feel like this other option will like eventually will catch air and, you know, but then you're going to be back into this energy of like wanting to recreate and reinvent and choose another option that feels better. Or you can just say, you know what, I'm going to choose the option that feels good. Like I feel like it would be fun to create a whole different candle line and just create candles that are easier to create, easier for people to connect with, and magical products that they can connect with. I'm going to forgive myself that I did this, because some of you guys will be like, oh, I made the I made a bad move. But with entrepreneurism, what I've learned is that it's all about trial and error. It's all about figuring out what works for yourself. So you just have to kind of forgive yourself and have compassion is what I'm really feeling for you. You know, it's okay if you've already went through, you know, a couple semesters in this major. It's okay to switch. You be honest with yourself and just forgive that you weren't really being mindful. You're kind of on your feet thinking, you know, and we're just more focused about getting word out, you know, for whatever reason, like, you know, for whatever it is. It says, princess here, you can be your own knight. I feel like this is about taking charge. We also have the Knight of Swords here. And I feel like this energy is about protection. This is about also just kind of like taking initiative. So I feel like you need to apply that kind of energy to your decision. What I really feel, it was what I keep feeling for you, is that you are going to be able to protect yourself. I feel like you guys might have a fear that things might not work out for you. You know, if you make this decision, what if I'm making the bad decision because I've already put in 2 years? That's what I felt with Strange Haven. Like, I've already been doing this business for 2 years. What if I'm making a bad decision? I feel like this is a sign that you're going to be protected even more going into the future. Like I said, I think about, and it was just about making that leap and taking that initiative, and wanting to just create something else, you know, having the initiative to create something else or choose the other option. I don't feel like these two timelines, either or, is going to be the one that you want to choose if you're wanting to really focus on your career. This first one eventually leads to this Eight of Pentacles energy where you're like wanting to reinvent. You're not really focused on being popular or just continuing to get the word out. You are now saying, you know what, this is what I want to do. This feels good. I want to just focus on the quality of my life, the quality of my products, the quality of my service, you know. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, you know what, I need to just take a break from doing tarot readings because I don't want to be putting out shitty readings, you know, like I want to have quality. I don't want to run myself dry. So it's like, there's that kind of energy that I'm feeling. And they really want to tell me that your products or your business or, you know, your work in the long run, if you're going to choose this option of just putting in more work, just doing the extra work, you know, sometimes it's like with, you know, you kind of make up lies to yourself too. Like I remember with Strange Haven, I was like, do I really want to just close down shop and create? I spent so much time, you know, creating Strange Haven candles and products, and it was very artsy fartsy, which I feel like these are artsy too. It's just a different way of like expressing the energy. But it was just like I had to be real with myself, and it's like also I'm not, you know, having the result that I want, you know, because of the way that I'm choosing to design. It was just like, you know, I feel like you need to have a conversation with yourself and you realize that putting in the more work is going to be the better option for you. It's going to give you more of a better quality of life. And then when you're able to kind of like exert the energy outward into, you know, the world, it's going to speak for itself. I feel like, you know, you're not going to have to do so much work to get it out there or do much work. It's like your work speaks for itself. I want to keep saying that. All right, number 3. So let me know what timeline you choose. Are you just going to, you know, continue on? I feel like this is like a continuing energy with this 6. Okay. And this 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands energy, and then eventually, you know, you just kind of accept this. But then there's another energy where you're, okay, I'm ready to do something new. I'm ready to go on to the next chapter. But then there's another energy where you just don't do anything at all. Maybe you continue to do what you're doing. You don't really put any energy into it. You know, you don't choose. Maybe you just choose to check out. And then you find love. You're focusing more on love and life. Let me know what timeline you choose. Let me know if you enjoyed this reading, if you want more timeline readings, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Hello, number 4. I'm just laughing because Spirit is hilarious. You guys are the ones that have picked the Mars oil. And I'm hearing like other dimensions for you. Like I'm hearing like, what is that? It's like dimension. When I hear other dimension, like your timeline, I think they are referring that your preferred timeline is on like another dimension that you're on, that you're not currently on. So I feel like it's like a higher dimension, I want to say. A higher frequency. So this is going to involve you kind of focusing on changing your frequency. But let's see. I'm going to tap into your current energy that you're in right now, and just to see what type of energy that you're in, what you're being faced with, what options that you're kind of being faced with, or what you feel like you need to do or not do. And then we'll pull up those options, which are the timelines. This is how we jump onto different timelines or through what we choose to do. Okay. And so these are going to be the timelines that are more in alignment. Oh, that came out for number 2. More in alignment. Hold on. More in alignment with your, or not in alignment, but just in similar energies, right? There's going to be 3 timelines that we're going to look at. Sorry, it's hard to talk when I'm catching the energy. What the hell? Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. New energy. Okay. This is interesting. So let's see what unfolds, and then we'll articulate it all, okay? But these timelines are energies. These are, oh, I got chariot energy from there. Hold on. Oh, okay. This is love related. I want to say that, okay? Oh, energy. Ooh, okay. Hold on, I'm getting the energy. So these energies, these timelines are, you know, these are options that are available to you that will lead you to like kind of a similar energy, but a higher frequency. And more in alignment with your preferred timeline. So, but Spirit is coming through, literally telling me, yep, that's why I was feeling that weird energy in the beginning, and I probably sounded like a crazy person. This is why I'm going to do a Patreon, because I just like, I don't know, would you guys accept me if I started getting all weird and meta? That's why I want to do a Patreon, because, you know, they don't want the real stuff to come out, you know, and reality is wonky and stranger, you know, than fiction. Very strange. Okay. Okay. You don't want that. See? Oh my God. Spirit is so funny. Okay, I'm about to get into this. Oh my God. Okay, I'm about to get into this. This is so cool. This is awesome. Okay. So this is definitely love related. Sorry it's taken me some time. Look, I want to say that a lot of you guys have been indulging in the dating experience, talking to people, and there's like 2 people that are kind of like, that could be, or like 2 options or a couple options, doesn't mean 2, but there's like there's a select few that you're kind of like, I'm giving my energy to these people. but I feel like these are peasants. That's what I want to say. I just feel like you feel like these people can't really give to you the way that you really want. Like, I feel a big energy of like settling, kind of settling for like, oh, these are the options that I have, And this is what I'm talking about. Like, the person that you really want, number 4, is on another dimension. And I say this because of like the Mars energy makes me think like, I believe that the planets are like not on the same dimension as us, as Earth. I feel like Mars is a different dimension, okay? And the beings or the activity that happens, like if we do travel to Mars, like physically, we would be, it would be interdimensional travel as well as space travel, So it's like we're going to be going into a different dimension, okay? So I say that because I feel like your person is like your preferred person. This reading is about finding your preferred timeline where your preferred person exists. Okay. So this is love. You're wanting to find your soulmate. You're wanting to find your husband, the next person that you want to be with, but the person that really fits what you want, okay? And the people that you're like talking to and interacting with, they are just like on a lower frequency. And you're noticing it, but you're choosing to just settle. You've done this many times within relationships, okay? But you're kind of reaching this point where you feel like you kind of want to turn away. You want to like, you're not satisfied. But you might be just indulging for other reasons, for sex, for, acknowledgement, admiration, just wanting to have connection, of some sort. So I feel, let's look into the timelines, okay? Okay. There is a particular person that tops them all, even though you know that you would also be settling in this situation too. So you choose to have a singular new beginning with this person, okay? Okay, I'm getting a lot of energy. Look, oh God, that's horrible. Okay. Look, sorry, I'm just talking like to myself and to the guides, but look, this timeline starts off really exciting. You choose to be in this you're like, finally, I'll get myself into a relationship. I'll date this person more. I'll be exclusive with this person. And, it'll start this new passionate beginning, and it'll be fun, and it'll be juicy and spicy, but it burns out. That is the thing with the aces. There needs to be momentum. Okay, my guides and your guides. It could be a mixer because I'm really feeling all over the place with this reading. I feel like some of your guys' guides are kind of like coming in. And they really want me to get to this last timeline, but I have to explain these. So it's like you start this new beginning. It's really spicy, but it burns out. It's a flame that burns out because of the disappointment. And there's a lot of pain also involved with this timeline, this hermit energy. And I'm seeing myself in a relationship with my ex, where I was, I got 2 beautiful children out of that relationship, but it was a very isolating, this is the Hermit card, very isolating connection. And in that isolation, it was very lonely. It was very painful a lot of the time with that connection. But that's very much how it started between me and Joe, where it was very exciting. It always is with him. Like, it's very exciting and passionate and like very surface level. But when it got to going deeper, and that's what the hermit energy is, it was very, very lonely and very painful. But I feel that with this timeline, you get with this person, you choose one of the people that you're talking to, or somebody that comes in very soon. You choose them, and you have a very lonely kind of existence or experience. Let's say experience in this connection. and it's painful, it's lonely, but it's so drawn out, you know. You've kept yourself so excluded in this only energy that when it ends, because this ends, you're like, you just flee the situation. You know, like, and it feels good. It almost like you kind of experience a lot of pain within the connection, that when it actually ends, it's a pleasurable ending. That's what it was for me. You know, it was kind of confusing because I had kids in that connection, but I remember the day that Joseph told me that he cheated on me. It was very odd. It was like, of course I was upset, and I was just like, great, I have to go through this again. Like, you know, I was really upset and like didn't understand why he was ruining everything, you know. But I couldn't ignore how happy and relieved I was when I was like, okay. It was almost like I know I can never go back, you know. And even when the times where, you know, I might have got caught up in that connection before, because I spoke about it on the channel before in other readings, where, you know, I got kind of caught up in that. Even with that, I would look at it and just know that that wasn't what I really wanted. You know, like I am happier out of this connection. I feel more alive out of this connection. And so I feel like this is not necessarily a bad one, but you can avoid this. You don't have to go through this kind of energy. You can recognize it for what it is because you see it now. You see that the connection is not really, doesn't offer you. But, you know, I did mention that relationship that I was in, and I was not mindful when I got in the connection with Joseph. I was not who I am today. So that would require me becoming really mindful and analyzing Joseph. Does he really fit, from what I know and what I've figured out about this person, does he really fit who I want ideally in a partner, in a relationship? I feel like if I had a moment of realness with myself in the beginning when I first met him, even after like, you know, the first month or so of being with him, if I just took the chance to really analyze who he was and what I've already known, I probably would have been like, what are you doing? You're crazy. Like, you need to get out of this relationship. But again, like I've been mentioning with all of the readings, sometimes you have to go through this type of, you know, this type of energy in order to evolve. You know, the Hermit is about being in the dark and experiencing dark energy in order to come out and, you know, move into the light. And the Eight of Wands is really about that fast lit up energy. And so some of you guys have to go through this energy where you're going to evolve, you know, in some type innerly. And that's what that relationship did to me. I wasn't aware. It woke me up. It literally woke me up. So, but you don't need to. You can really become aware. And this reading could be a gift for some of you guys where you could become aware of, like, really take a look at what this person, who this person is, you know, like, does it align with who you really want to be with? Okay. Because I think a lot of you guys know that you're settling, you know, you're settling, and that's because you're not really choosing to focus on who you really are, okay, and what you truly have to bring to the table. Now, let's get into the other timeline. Now, there's another timeline that is available to you. You can, okay, there's drama in this timeline. Hold on. So, there's a triangle that's happening here with the Three of Cups. There's an immature kind of way that I'm being shown, like an immature way of being in relationships. This first option is more of like a mature, like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, you know, this is like not really committing to people, but acting like you're committing to people. There's some sneaky shit, like, not sneaky, I don't want to say sneaky shit, but not honest. Maybe not honest. I feel like there's an energy of saying, like, you know what, okay, I'll talk to this person and they'll think that I'm really committed to them. And then I'll also talk to this person and I'll show that I'm committed to them, but they don't really know about each other they think I'm being exclusive, but I'm not really being exclusive. Or you can even just be expressing that through your emotions with this person. You know, it might not even be a conversation, but I feel like this is like choosing multiple people, you know, and this is getting you nowhere. This is like wanting the results and they don't show up with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're kind of like dabbling in all these people that, you know, first off, is peasants. They don't really have what you want. Okay, they're page energy, and you're just kind of staying in these connections for superficial, instant gratification kind of vibes. This leads to a lot of drama, a lot of people getting upset, words being said. That's what I'm really, and things coming to an end. That's like really short. And then that timeline kind of leads to you maybe either, I don't know, other options being brought up to you, other timelines being brought up. I don't think it is this timeline that I'm being shown right here that they really want to talk about. Your guides. Because it's like an urgency. Whenever I feel like an urgency, it usually means my guides or somebody else's guides. And I'm not really getting my guides. Okay, so this other timeline, this is just drama. This is you not really caring about finding who you want. It's just like you indulging in the superficial instant gratification, which leads to like just unnecessary drama, getting upset, your energy maybe even going lower than it is now, and getting onto another timeline. Because with this, I felt like there was timelines being like other options, other timelines that could be lower than where you are now. So that's what I'm feeling with this one. Okay, and it's not really what you want. You are wanting to seek your soulmate, your lover, okay, your husband. So, oh, and they're saying this is fast. This is fast. This is like fast. This is fast. So like I said, you are on a higher, I feel like you have a self-realization where you know the people that you're interacting with is not who you really want, but it's not showing in your actions, right? So this option we have, oh my God, I see, this is the High Priestess, and I felt Chariot vibe when I got it out. And so that's why I'm saying, they're telling me fast. Will be fast for you. You will be jumping onto another timeline. You'll be jumping onto this timeline where this person exists, this twin. And this just makes me feel like timelines merging, dimensions merging, you know? Okay, so this timeline means shielding and cutting yourself off from all of these people. Saying, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not going to date anyone. I don't care how bad I want my person. It's not them. These people have shown to you over and over that it's not them in many different ways. And it's really in like, you're putting in a lot of physical work and you're getting no results. Or you choose to choose someone and then it's just like you put a lot. You might even have children, because I brought up my baby daddy's relationship with that. Okay. But you get nowhere with this other option where you're just, choosing multiple people and you're, putting a lot of your energy, and then like it just ends bad, like in an argument or like just drama. But this last timeline, which a lot of your guides want you to pick this timeline where you just cut off everyone and you go and you get really meta. And they're really just showing me this right here. It's part of what I'm about to talk about, but this right here is just indication that this timeline involves you meeting your preferred person that matches you. Okay, the Sun and the Lovers card. So you're cutting off everyone that you're talking to right now, and you go and you spend some time alone and you check in with your own current energy of who you are, what you bring to the table. This can involve you making a list of who your preferred person is. I always bring that up whenever I talk about relationships, and really seeing, like, do you match that list, right? This could just be you noticing who you are and realizing, like, these people they can't bring what I bring to the table, and even if they don't really have anything to offer me, even if I'm exchanging something, it's not an equal exchange here. You're seeing yourself as valuable, and you're seeing that you're kind of like, you're the one that's putting more into these connections than they are, whether that's energetically, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever, And so you're cutting them off, and you're doing a check-in with who you are. And then you're saying, okay, I am going to connect to the timeline where my preferred lover is. So that's doing a meditation on who you want. When you do this meditation, you don't want to focus on what the person looks like, okay? Because currently it is no one, a lot of you guys, it is no one that you've ever been with, that you've already been with. It's no one that you're currently talking to. This is a whole brand new person, okay? That is on a higher frequency that you got to get to. You're on a higher frequency than these other people that you're not matching, but you're not quite where your person is, okay? So you're going to write out a list of who you want. Just to get clear with yourself, this is going to make the meditation easier, okay? And so when you write the list out, this helps. Even if you get in those urges to talk to people and give people your energy, you can refer back to your list. Oh, this person is emotionally unavailable. They just come to me for sex. This person is very surface. They're not able to open up. This person doesn't have a job, or this person, whatever is on your list, it helps you draw yourself back to the energy that you're really wanting to welcome into your life. Okay? I feel like I look so weird with the ring light in my glasses. Okay. Sorry. All right. So, yeah, you want to get your list just to be clear with yourself. And then this will help with the meditation too. Sometimes when we have like this preferred person in life, it's hard to connect. I promise you, the more that you do this meditation, you can even make it a ritual, a weekly ritual, where you spend time in the astrals, in your vortex, creating your person, and connecting to that person. This is what this action, it's really weird. I feel like you spend time focusing on who you really want. Let's just say that. Because I really wanted me to tell you about the meditation where you go and you take a couple breaths, you center yourself, and you start imagining yourself in a scenario with your soulmate, okay? And this person has all the qualities that you are seeking for, okay? And not to get so caught up in what this person looks like, okay? Just think of them as an energy, even if you just do not see the head, even if you don't see it, if you don't see the face, okay? Wow. My guides are literally telling me, because I had a dream. I had a dream about this random guy that I was with. And this is really weird. Like, I usually dream about people that I know. And if I do dream about somebody that I don't know, I don't really focus as much on their faces, They're not like, I'm not able to see their faces. The people that I see in my dream, like, I know them. Either like I've seen them online or, but I do dream about people that I don't really know. But it's like not a huge focus on what this person feels like. But I had a dream, what they look like. I had a dream about this guy, and they're telling me that this will happen to you. You'll start, the more that you focus on this type of meditation, visualization, and it's really just connecting you to that timeline. It's connecting you to them, which is connecting you to that timeline. Okay, whenever you do this. You do this you could do this with anything. If you're trying to manifest your career or your house, the car, you can sit in your vortex, in the astrals, in the 4D, and create it all, But what I'm hearing is like, yeah, I had this dream about this guy, you know, and I was just like, I thought it was so weird that he was somebody that I completely did not meet in the physical yet. And it's so weird. Now I can't think of what he looks like, but like in the dream, I saw like details about his face. All I can tell you is that he was chocolate, and I was just like, yes, okay. And he had short hair, and he was attractive, and he was taller than me. So that's all I can tell you, but I can't tell you now exactly. Like I can't even bring up his mind, but I mean his face. But I was just like, I'm being told that that is who I'm going to be with. Sorry, just to get all personal, but they're telling me that that's what's going to happen to you. You'll begin to start dreaming about this person and feeling like you can connect more with a face in these meditations, or you can start to really begin to see it as, because like what I was saying, when you write this list and you start really focusing on it, sometimes you'll go through a journey of like self-worth and self-value, like, oh, do I really, and deserving, like, can I really manifest this person, you know, like, can I? I'm being told you need to keep referring to keep referring to yourself and what you bring to the table, okay, and your value, okay, in the relationship. But you're going to be able to see like effects in your life. Like you're going to be able to, like, I remember when I first started having, like, doing this meditation and getting really serious about my list, like really referring to it and being honest with myself, okay? Like, because looks and vibes can really try to overpower the list. That is important, you know? And even when things fall through, you can even refer to the list like, well, you know what? He, didn't have this, or he, you can refer to it. So you can reassure yourself and make you feel better about where you are in the present, even about the things that fell through, You can always go back like, I don't have to be so hung up on this because really he didn't even fit the list, And the list matters. It's important. Okay. But they're being really, like, I also had a dream after I got into this doing this work, focusing on who I really want to draw into my life. I had a dream about this person, it was a weird dream. It was so weird, but I didn't see his face. This is before I saw his face, but it was just like an energy, I often refer to him as 5D Bay. Okay, because I only have seen him in a 5D. But I'm being told that you're going to have these kind of experiences where you'll start dreaming about this person, you'll start having visions, things will start feeling more real in the meditations and the journeying, to see them and to connect with this timeline and energy. All right, but let's see. So this timeline is just you focusing on who you really want and not really giving focus to the things that don't match up, okay, to what you want. Let's pull an oracle just to see how more advice on how to get to your preferred timeline. Okay. Hold on. Let me catch the energy. I like that vibe. Ooh, hold on. Oh my God. Okay, let me show you what I got. So we have the feather card. And it says, think first before you judge. So I feel like, I feel like there's this energy of having like quick judgment on things. Like, I think you guys are just really ready for your person. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling. I feel like you need to really be mindful and really think things through. Okay, really think things through, because I feel like whenever you start to really focus on this energy, you start to timeline travel, hop and stuff, and there'll be similar energies coming into, in contact with you, and you might get mistaken. That's why the list needs to matter. It's important, okay, because once you start traveling higher towards the higher timeline, as you start to focus on these things, other people will come in. People will try to come and draw you back to lower timelines. There will be people on the current timelines that are they're not them. They don't make the list. They don't they don't check all the boxes on the list. But it could feel more higher vibrational, and you can get distracted with that too. So it's really important that you think before you make decisions, is what I'm really feeling, or before you judge and say, oh my God, this is my person. This is who I've been dreaming of. This is who I've been connecting to. But then you start, because of the energy is so different, or it feels good, you start not caring about the list. You kind of go off into fantasy. So you really want to think first before you get taken away like a feather. Before you get all lightheaded and go off into the clouds, okay? And this is what this escapism, okay, or escapist. Come home to yourself. You see how I love this vibe. You guys, this is my vibe every day. I'm such a homebody and just cozy little bunny, all the time. In my 90s, in my bed with a book. Okay, so yeah, you need to kind of just cut yourself off, like I said, from these people, and just escape. I literally didn't want to say it, but you need to ghost all these people. You need to ghost them, and it's okay. It's okay to ghost. I used to really try to get on myself about being a ghoster, but sometimes that's the energy that you need. You need to literally just ghost people. Not everybody is deserving of your energy. Sometimes it just gets to that point, you know what? These people don't deserve my energy. Not everybody is entitled to your energy. Sometimes you don't have to give a goodbye, So I really feel like you need to escape the situations that you're in, number 4, and just come home to yourself. Come home to yourself and do some writing in your journal. Make up your list. Get into your vortex, because look at this card. Get into your vortex. The vortex is where all of your manifestations lie, okay? That you want to bring down to the physical. As above, so below, right? So it's the above space where everything is up there. We have the phoenix. This is talking about transformation. So during this process of just focusing on who you are, what you really want, just drawing away from all the things that are not what you want, you are going to go through a huge transformation. Expect that, okay? Because if you're trying to match this person, you are going to elevate. You are going to transform and evolve as a person to match your preferred person, okay? So just know that, okay? And it says here, how's that for a happily ever after? I'm telling you. Ghost these people, number 4, okay? Ghost all these situations and people that are not really fitting you, because you are heading towards your happily after when you make the choice to do that. So this last timeline is making a choice to cut off all this old energy and just move in a different direction, okay? Start moving in a different direction, and that direction just only involves yourself and just focusing on something that's on a higher dimension, okay? Number 4, let me know what you're going to do. What you going to do, number 4? What are you going to do? What timeline are you going to choose? Let me know. We talked about a lot of energy here. Let me know what timeline are you going to choose. Are you going to ghost people? Are you just going to get all wrapped up with a bunch of people and be messy? That's what that timeline is, a messy timeline. Or are you just going to settle and not be mindful, not be real, and, maybe learn a lesson that you need to learn in order so you can get to this person? Because, that's been a theme with these readings, that some of you guys need to experience the heavy energy that's not so pleasant in order to get to this pleasant energy of your preferred timeline. But let me know, number 4, what you're going to choose. Let me know if you liked this reading, if you enjoyed these timeline readings. I love tapping into timelines, so let me know if you want another one like this. And yeah, let me know, and I'll see you in the next reading. Peace.